Okay, so what we're going to do next is take a look at a couple of modifying commands. And these are again commands that you guys have seen in AutoCAD. And so what we're going to do is come over again from our Features tab and select Fillet. So fillets are used to create rounded edges, and this might be due to aesthetics, material removal for weight, safety. And so under the options, we have a tab for a manual fillet where we can create a constant radius, variable radius, face fillet, full round fillets. We have the Fillet Expert, if you were to select that tab. And we could actually select, let's say, an item to fillet, or multiple items. So maybe we have multiple edges that we want to fillet all at once. And we can select what the radius is for that. So let's start with one edge where we actually use the Fillet Expert just to demonstrate. And so I'm just going to select this top edge, left clicking it, and notice the edge goes in, and I can specify the radius. If I were to increase it 0.2, you can see with the full preview, this is what your fillet would look like. So maybe what we want is a 0.1 inch radius fillet on that top edge, and looking at the preview, looks great. And so I can click Apply, and there is the edge. If I had multiple edges to do, I could have added those all at once using the Fillet Expert. Let's rotate our object. Left click our mouse and do something a little bit different. Let's say we want to add a fillet on this bottom surface. Come back to Fillet. This time we'll go into manual mode, and so maybe what we want this time is not a constant radius fillet, but a variable radius fillet. So I'm going to select the second button, and so now what we want to do is left click this edge, and we have two boxes that pop up, and the variable radiuses are unassigned. So what we're going to do is left click inside the assigned box. Maybe we want to start our variable radius fillet at 0.2 inches and change the taper, again left clicking in the box, all the way out to 0.5 inches. Looks a little crazy, but we'll go with it. And so once we're set with that, we can left click, and now we've created a slightly different taper in our edge fillet. So again, fillets are similar to what you experienced in AutoCAD. In SolidWorks, we have many options, and you can experiment between manual and Fillet Expert, as well as the different types that are available to you. I would suggest always having the preview on so that you can actually see what you're getting and you won't have to roll back your drawing. Now let's take a look at what's called a chamfer. Similar reasons why you would want to put a chamfer on a solid in terms of a fillet, as well as what you would do with a fillet. And so let's expand the fillet icon, and we see chamfer right under it, and it's going to work similar to what you saw in AutoCAD. So let's rotate our drawing, and maybe we want to create a chamfer on this edge. So we have the angle distance option, distance option, which are typically used. You could also flip the direction. Let's leave it as angle. I'm going to select the edge back here, and again we could, with full preview on, we can see what we're going to get as we increase the distances. So maybe I want my chamfer to be a 0.2 inch cutback on both edges. And once we're all set with that, I can left click the green check, and now we have our chamfered surface. Okay, so some of the other things that you might want to practice with are under Sketch, adding some additional sketch entities such as slots, rectangles. We have polygons, ellipses. You can create a spline. In creating entities, you can mirror them similar to what you did in AutoCAD. We can create linear sketch patterns, circular sketch patterns. Again, you've seen that in AutoCAD, as well as offsetting these sketches. We're going to save this file, and I'm going to save it as Intro Part 3, and that will conclude your introduction to SOLIDWORKS with some of the basic features.